how to get started with law firm business development. So first of all, if you're asking this question, I'm going to presume, never say for a lawyer to do, but I'm going to presume that means you're probably still in the first stage of growth with your law practice, meaning you have not yet achieved $20,000 of sustainable, predictable monthly gross revenue. That's the first stage of growth. So I'm going to speak to that specific situation. If you're in the first stage of growth with less than $20,000 a month in monthly gross revenue, the way you get started is pretty simple, pretty reliable, very predictable, does not require a lot of money. Don't go throwing money at the problem. That's the first thing you got to know. So here's what you do. Number one, come up with your goals, your financial goal, your personal goal, your professional goal. Financially, how much net income does your business need to earn in order for you to live the way you reasonably want to be living? If you don't come up with a clear financial goal, all of this marketing stuff, it's going to have no purpose. But once you have a clear financial goal, the house you want to be living in, the education you want to be giving your kids, the way you want to be living your life, once that's clear in your mind, now all of a sudden this marketing stuff makes sense. Now you have a reason for it. Personal, how many hours per week do you want to be giving your firm on average? How many weeks per year do you want to be giving your firm on average? Look, I know we live in the real world. It's never going to be exactly the same week after week after week. It's going to go up and down and up and down. But on average, you want to be working a 40-hour week, you want to be working a 50-hour week, or you want to not have any control over it at all, and it just eats you alive. And then, of course, professionally. Where do you want to be professionally 3 years from now, 5 years from now? That's the first step in getting started with your marketing. The rest of it, the tools, the techniques, the things to do are pretty simple. Number one, come up with an answer that people care about to the question that you should anticipate you will be asked again and again and again as you're marketing your law firm to propel it past the first stage of growth. The question is, what do you do? You need to be able to give people an answer that they care about when they ask you, what do you do? Understand that when they ask you, what do you do? What they're really asking is, what can you do for me? Don't bother to give them the answer, what do you do? I'm a lawyer. I'm a bankruptcy lawyer. I'm a family law attorney. No one cares about that. Answer what you can do for them. We call that giving them your magic statement. Number two, go to networking events. Here's a secret. The best way for an introvert like me, people don't realize I'm an introvert, but I am. The best way for an introvert like me to hide out at a networking event is to go there with a plan. And the plan is to identify 2 or 3 influencers, not to try to meet everyone, just meet the 2 or 3 influencers at that networking event and ask them about their favorite subject, which is them, their business, their favorite hobby. That's their favorite subject. They will love to talk about it. And at some point in the networking event, they will ask you, oh, so what do you do? And when they ask you, what do you do? Boom, you got your magic statement ready to set the hook so they remember you. Next, you create what we call a Rainmaking Rolodex. You take an old-fashioned Rolodex. Don't go digital on me. Keep this old school. Keep this analog. Make this simple. Create an old-fashioned Rolodex, and every time you meet someone, you add their name to the Rolodex under every topic that you discover they're interested in, because you're asking them about them and their favorite hobby and their favorite subject. And then every month, you go to that topic, B for bowling, and you see everyone who you've got listed under B for bowling, and you'll find something that's relevant to send to them to keep that top-of-mind awareness. Number 3, you call all of your former clients, call all of your current clients, and you use the magic words. The magic words. These magic words will put an extra 10% revenue in your pocket consistently, reliably, predictably every year. It does for everyone who does this. It'll work for you too. Here's what you do. You call these people and you say, what else can I take off your plate? Everyone has a problem. Everyone has an opportunity. Everyone's got something going on in their life that they would welcome getting some help with. What else can I take off your plate? Don't worry about if what they need help with is legal work. Don't limit yourself like that. Just be of service to your clients, to your former clients, to your potential referral sources. Last and not least, quick, easy, reliable. I shouldn't say easy. I don't want to say this stuff is easy. This stuff is not easy. It's worth it, but I'm not going to say it's easy. It's simple. Simple, reliable, predictable, and inexpensive. Here it is. Make as many referrals as you possibly can. If you are out there making referrals to everyone in your network, connecting people, and being of value and of service to them, they will think of you. These are very simple things that lawyers have been doing for hundreds and hundreds of years, before we had computers, before we had the internet, before we had videos, that don't cost really very much or any money at all. They're reliable, and you can get started on these things today. Maybe you got to rewind this recording and rewind, how analog. Digitally go back to the beginning and watch it again and take notes. But these things will get you started and will propel you past that first stage of growth. And here's one last thing I just want to share with you. The second stage, from $250,000 to $500,000, it requires less work than the first stage from 0 to 250. That's why it's so important that we get you through that first stage quickly so that you don't burn yourself out.